Hi everyone. Today is Wednesday, January 29th, and making a recording right now before going out to for the English group, the conversation group that I have on Wednesdays, and then afterwards I'm gonna plan on walking around the neighborhood. Um, Last night I kind of surprised myself. I was trying to find all the different ways I could go around the neighborhood to add more distance to the walk. And so after a little bit more than 2 hours of walking, I was able to get up to 11 kilometers. Um, and when I got home, it my legs had kind of the muscle memory of walking around Paris in my early 20s. Uh, when when I was in the Latin Quarter on the left bank, uh, I would sometimes kind of leave the university, which was on the Boulevard Saint-Michel, and I could like go up towards where the Pantheon was and the Jardin de Luxembourg, and then kind of I think it was Rue Gay-Lussac. There was a bus, like a 21, 27, that I could take there down towards Place d'Italie, or I could kind of keep walking on Boulevard Saint-Michel down to, I think it would go down to Alésia, um, and I could kind of walk around that area to just get lost kind of in the 13th, 14th, 15th districts, since the um, Cité Universitaire was down in the 14th, and I was in the American House, which is like right outside of the RER station and the Parc Montsouris. So I could kind of walk around those areas and even walk into the park, and then from the park kind of go up, um, depending on what I felt like doing. But I really enjoyed walking as much as I could. I mean, depending on if I had like a heavy backpack of books or something. But otherwise, yeah, I really enjoyed walking as much as I could. So even if it was like about 4 kilometers away, the left bank, um, just like a straight shot, I would try to just meander and discover different neighborhoods and maybe come across, a cafe or store or just or some place for food that I didn't know about, or even just little signs that might be somewhere on a on a apartment or something to say like, oh, something happened here, somebody lived here, ici a vécu, like yeah, somebody happened to live there. Um, on other times, it would hit me a couple times when I would see a sign that would say, "This is where a soldier from World War II um, had 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 fallen." The way they wrote that, and I think um, when I moved to the around the École Militaire on Rue du Vivier, I remember seeing these big shell impacts on the outside of the École Militaire, and that was also a very kind of something I remember walking around in London and seeing that like Cleopatra's Needle on the banks of the Thames, and seeing that there were fragments um, missing that you can't really like see the effects of what has happened in the history. These things, I don't know, been rebuilt, and things have been removed, but I don't know, when you see just something missing, it, it's, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just this, like something tangible that you're like, something happened here. There's something missing there. Uh, Otherwise, you just kind of look around and it's just modern buildings here and there, and there's a sign that says something happened here, but just seeing some like impact, um, yeah, the like a bombing fall. Um, so yeah, my walks around Paris. I got a lot of exercise. I really enjoyed that, but also I just got a chance to see the city, just everywhere. And I had a little kind of a little book, so I could walk between the neighborhoods and try to figure out like, okay, I'm in this district, since it's all the kind of the spiral. Um, and then I just started to get a mental map of the city, and uh, there were times it was kind of weird when I would use the bus. And I got used to certain routes the bus could take, but then if I got into somebody's car, I'd say, "Oh, just go that way," and they would blindly follow my advice, but then realize like, no, that's only for the bus. So in my head, there were multiple maps of the city. There was like when you could walk, what you could do on the bus, what you could do in the subway, and there were some um, strange ways that the maps didn't quite make sense, especially like the Metro map would have like a line going this way and then a line going that way, just to stylistically kind of take the line one or the RERA and just make it look like there was an angle. But when you're standing at the Arc de Triomphe and you're looking down the Champs Elysees and it's supposed to connect to the Arc de Carrousel and the Louvre and the Pyramid, you're like, that's a straight line. Why is the kind of like that on the map? So I was um, sometimes getting a little confused how you can warp somebody's understanding of like the uh, spatial uh, reasoning of like a mental map of where is stuff located. But it was confusing because I could walk around certain neighborhoods and have that map in my head, but then the second I would get on a bus network, I would kind of see the city a little differently because where I could go and where I could cross, especially when crossing back and forth over the river. Um, yeah, uh, yeah, I kind of got a chance to really get the train network, the metro network, the bus network, just walking around the streets. Just yeah, I I don't know the back of my hand, but um, when I was living in Paris, I knew the city streets pretty well in the underground maps and stuff. And anyway, so walking 11 kilometers around my neighborhood. Long story short, walking around my neighborhood for like 11 kilometers suddenly triggered something in my feet where it's like, we used to do this all the time. Um, and right now, walking like 4.5 kilometers, it's a nice warm up, basically, for an hour. But something in my feet is, my itchy feet that used to enjoy walking around cities, European cities, quite a lot. And that one of the reasons why I definitely left Los Angeles area was just always having to use a car and just getting sick of the car, and really having this longing for there must be another way to design a city and make it designed around a pedestrian, and just like a smaller space, and just find the different ways for urban planning to embrace walking. Um, so that yeah, in Paris, Mexico City is just a monster of a city. There are a few neighborhoods where, I mean, few areas where you can walk practically, but because the distances just get so far out, it becomes impractical at scale. Um, and what I did enjoy about Paris is like you can cross the city you can get from Montmartre down to the south of the city, and realize like, okay, I just crossed the city. So when I did some research about Eric Satie, and he would be hanging out with other artists up in Montmartre, and then meandering around the city, walking back, and he would live down in the southern suburb of Arcueil. And so I was just getting some ideas for my music research to just like maybe that kind of explains how some of his music just has a feeling like there's bits or pieces over here and then something over here, and I could just imagine him walking around the city and hearing some music over there, hearing theirs. So that somehow his music had that kind of sensation of walking, and something fades out while something else kind of fades in. But anyway, I'm starting to really enjoy walking. Is basically what I want to say. Uh, so I've trying to push myself to even walk further around the neighborhood. I'm gonna have to. Yeah. Okay. I'm checking the time. Sorry. Uh, so hola a todos. Hoy es miércoles, el 29 de enero. Estoy hablando de caminar y caminar más esta semana y este mes, um, y más largo. Anoche logré encontrar un camino con como 11 kilómetros en esa residencia. Entonces hay maneras de como ir por el parque y subir, y hay una extensión, y puedo como hacer como un U o como un C, y luego ir por otro camino, seguir, y anoche fui más arriba que lo que suelo hacer, y luego bajo y luego subo a otra colina y dar vuelta por ahí y regresar y, ah, y terminar. am, Porque mi hijo estaba hablando de como, ¿puedes lograr tener como 10 kilómetros? Y digo, yo creo que sí. Entonces, como para estar seguro, como subí en lugar de terminar am, un enlace, y cuando llegué enfrente de mi puerta estaba como 11 en punto. Entonces, ok, sí. Ah, y hay un espacio donde puedo dar unos círculos más. Um, y eso, ah, los pies, los músculos, yo creo que tienen una memoria de hace 20 años. Qué tan viejo. Hace 20 años cuando yo estaba, ah, cuando estaba viviendo en París y conociendo muchos partes de la parte izquierda. am, y porque yo vivía principalmente, no, sí, siempre vivía en la parte izquierda de como la parte 14 con la ciudad universitaria, el séptimo cerca de la Torre Eiffel, luego el 13 cerca de Place d'Italie. Entonces, siempre tenía ah, departamentos u recámara en esas partes, la parte izquierda. Entonces empezaba a conocer muy bien ah, cómo navegar esa parte caminando, y también muchas otras cosas en la parte derecha. ah, pero para vivir, pues la parte izquierda. Y, y entre la universidad y mi primer lugar, había como 4 kilómetros, entonces era factible caminar, no era tan cansado, y bueno, depende de la mochila, pero sí lo disfrutaba muchísimo. Entonces ahorita recordándome de que me gustaba caminar más y más, no tan solo con senderismo, pero como, como me dicen aquí, de como senderismo urbano, de aprovechar. conociendo una ciudad caminando. Ah, eso es algo que disfruto mucho. Ahorita estoy en una zona muy suburbana, eh, pero sí hay mucho, mucha área verde y donde puedo caminar. Entonces, estoy aprovechando hacer esos caminos más y más largos. Bonjour tout le monde, aujourd'hui c'est mercredi le 29 janvier et aujourd'hui je réfléchis sur le fait que je suis en train de marcher de plus en plus et hier soir j'ai réussi à faire 11 kilomètres dans mon quartier et quand je suis rentré à la maison et que j'ai vu que c'était 11 kilomètres, d'un coup j'avais une sensation de, qui m'est revenu depuis une vingtaine d'années de quand j'habitais à Paris et que entre le Tiers Latin et la cité universitaire à Paris, il y avait 4 kilomètres, mais j'aimais toujours varier les chemins pour découvrir d'autres quartiers que je connaissais pas et ou ouais, d'autres chemins où il y avait peut-être un nouveau café ou un espace un peu, euh, comment, un espace qui jouait à cache-cache. Donc, je trouvais un nouveau endroit préféré, possiblement, euh, ou un nouveau restaurant, ou je ne savais pas qu'il y avait ce restaurant-là, ou je ne savais pas qu'il y avait un bar là, je sais pas, le mercredi, il y a une happy hour. Donc, il y avait ce genre de trucs, et entre des amis qui me, qui me disaient, là, il y a quelque chose, et aussi avec mes propres découvertes. Donc, je marchais beaucoup à Paris et j'habitais toujours le rive gauche, donc 14e, 7e et 13e. Donc, je connaissais beaucoup d'endroits et de temps en temps, je sais pas, j'aime pas trop y penser, mais de temps en temps, je peux regarder sur comment Google, euh, euh, comment le piéton, donc je peux comment regarder un peu les magasins ou les rues et me rappeler un petit peu cette époque. Mais en ce moment, marcher plus et plus chaque nuit, ça me fait du bien et je veux continuer et je veux continuer à élargir les distances. Voilà. Hallo an alle, heute ist Mittwoch, der 29. Tag und heute spreche ich ein bisschen darüber spazieren gehen und gestern Abend es gab 11 Kilometer und als bin ich bei mir zurück angekommen. Ich habe Erinnern an Paris. Als ähm, wohnte ich dort und zum Beispiel zwischen meiner Universität und meiner Ärztezimmer in Cité Universitaire. Äh, Es gab 4 Kilometer und ich habe viele spazieren gegangen und ich habe viel ähm, Places gekannt, kennenzulernen, ähm, noch kennengelernt. Ich weiß es nicht. Ähm, und jetzt, ich möchte weiterhalten, mehr spazieren gehen und mehr äh, Kilometers. Es geht mir sehr gut für die Gesundheit und äh, ich, ich, ich will es weiterhalten. Ja, das ist alles für heute. Ciao a tutti, oggi è mercoledì 29 e oggi parlo un po' di andare molto dove abito. Ieri sera ho fatto 11 chilometri e quando sono tornato a casa eh, ho ricordato quando avevo abitato in Parigi e perché quando avevo abitato in Francia, in Parigi, avevo andato molto, 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 molto e per questo le gambe hanno una memoria, ehm, se posso dire di questa maniera, eh, e questa sensazione di andare, andare molto e come, mi ricordo che quando avevo 22-23 anni avevo andato in tutto la città e voglio continuare a fare questo. E questo è tutto per oggi. Всем привет, Соня. Среда, 29 января, и говорю немного погулять, где я живу, потому что я вечером я прогулял 11 километров, и когда я вернулся домой, я помнил, когда я жил во Франции, и когда я жил в Париже, потому что когда я был студентом, я погулял много между а, университет и где я жил, когда была моя квартира, э, и поэтому а, я погулял много, чтобы познакомиться город и, и соседи ам, около где я жил. И сейчас я хочу погулять больше каждая ночь вечером. Это все на сегодня. Большое спасибо. Пока.